Good morning, guys, and welcome to Monday, May 18th. I know many of you were a little bit confused last week because for some reason the writing assignment would not allow you guys to submit your work, but that's okay because what you can do is go ahead and submit everything to me tomorrow. So no worries. We're going to reopen the assignment and everything will be submitted tomorrow on May 19th. So let's go ahead and jump in with a quick review of what we've already done from last week. So first, we completed step 1, which was to attack the prompt. The next thing we did was create a thesis statement. And finally, we started planning our introduction by adding a topic sentence, which we call a hook statement, and also by adding background information. So that means our introductions are complete, and now we got to move on to planning our body paragraph. So let's go. All right. So now it's time to move to our body paragraph to complete our that section of our writing plan. The first thing we actually have to do is use the first reason from our thesis to help us form that topic sentence. So let's get that out of the way. And we first have to remind ourselves of what our thesis statements should actually look like. Remember, we talked about how a thesis statement is a point with 2 reasons added. And I also said it could be written in the form of an and statement. So again, a thesis statement is a point with 2 separate reasons. So it should look like these 2 formats. Drones will change our lives because they blank and blank. Or you could have said drones will change our lives for the better because they blank and blank. Either one was fine. So to show you how this works, I'm going to pretend that I use the first thesis statement below. I'm going to pretend that I said, drones will change our lives because they are, so I'm going to use this format instead of the bottom one from the last slide, okay? So since I'm using this statement, we're going to pretend I listed these 2 reasons why drones will change our lives. So the first reason, which is in green, because it matches it comes from the very first article we read about farmers. The first reason is that they can help farmers with important jobs. And the second reason I chose is that they can help increase the transmission of products. And that came from the second article I read, which was about Amazon. So now, my thesis statement looks like this. Drones will change our lives because they can help farmers with important work and they can help increase the transmission of products. So again, guys, this is just kind of me going through showing you what the process looks like because before you can move to your planning for your body paragraphs, you got to first remind yourself of what your thesis statement was, okay? So that's all I just did there. So stay with me. All right, so now all I have to do is use this first reason, okay, because we're on body paragraph number 1. All I have to do is use this first reason to help me form a topic sentence for body paragraph number 1. And here's what something like that should look like. Remember to always state the name of the actual article. So I'm going to say, in the article, Farmer Drones, the author shows us how drones can help farmers with important jobs. Now, pause your video here. If you would like to use something similar to this, or even if you want to use this for your topic sentence for body paragraph number 1, by all means, you are welcome to do so. So now would be a good time to go ahead and pause and write down your topic sentence. If you use your own topic sentence, that's fine as well. Either way, pause the video. All right, so hopefully you paused the video and you added your topic sentence to your written writing plan as well as to your typed writing plan. So now we can move on. So we know we're not done, right? We have to include 2 mini topics, 2 things that we're going to focus on talking about in our actual essay to go along with the very first reason from our thesis. So here's an example. Let's remind ourselves of what our thesis statement was. And my first reason talks about how they can help farmers with important work, right? Remember, that reason comes from the very first article we read here, which is about farmer drones. So as I read through the article, I noticed that a major theme here, major thing that I realized is that this article talks a lot about how drones can help farmers run farms, right? Talks about a lot of different things that they can do, which essentially means help them actually run the farm. Well, as I read even further, I also noticed another big theme of how drones will help farmers to actually check crops. So that led me to my next step, which was to form my 2 mini topics. So here, I'm going to talk about, in body paragraph number 1, I'm going to focus on how those drones help farmers run farms. And then for my second thing that I'm going to talk about in body paragraph number 1, I'm going to talk about how they help them check crops. How they help them with checking crops. So now, all I need to do, or all you need to do, is pause the video here, go ahead and add 2 points to your writing plan, just as I did here. Feel free to use these, or if you came up with another way of saying the same thing, you can use your own. It's up to you. Either way, go ahead, pause the video, add it to both your written plan and your typed plan now. All right, guys, so now that brings us to body paragraph number 2, and you have to do the same exact thing with reason number 2 from your thesis statement. So remind yourself of your second reason from your thesis statement, okay? So now we're talking about how drones can help increase the transmission of products. Remember, transmission, that means just to transmit things from one place to another. A product is an object, okay? So now all we have to do is use this reason to help us form the topic sentence for body paragraph number 2, which at this point should be easy peasy lemon squeezy. So look at the example of the topic sentence I used. It says in the second article, will Amazon change the world again? The text gives us plenty information to show how drones can increase production. Now, if you notice at the end, I said increase production instead of saying transmission of products. That's because, remember, you can say the same thing, just try to say it in a slightly different way. We did that with body paragraph number 1, so we can also do that with body paragraph number 2. In your topic sentence, sometimes you want to find a slightly different way of stating those reasons from your thesis statement. So that's all I did. Increasing production is similar to transmission of products. So at this point, you will pause the video, go ahead and add your topic sentence to your written body plan, as well as to your typed writing plan online. And when you're done, come back so we can go ahead and complete planning for body paragraph number 2. All right, so hopefully you paused, and now we're right back at it with body paragraph number 2. We're going to do the same thing. We have to include a mini topic A and a topic B to go along with the second reason from your thesis. So here is a quick example. Remember, because we're on body paragraph number 2, we're working on our second reason, which is in blue, how they can help increase the transmission of products. So we have to read to find out how do they actually help increase the transmission of products. Well, the very first thing that we come in contact with as we read through this particular article about Amazon changing the world is how it talks about time. Look at where the arrow points here, how it will take 30 minutes or less. So that's one big thing this article talks about. As we read through a little bit further, we notice that it talks a little bit about how drones would fly without pilots. Remember how it talked about unmanned aircraft? That's all it means, is that no one will be flying the plane. So I think I have the two areas in my paper that I'm going to focus on talking about, and you should too. So your two mini points, the two things that you're going to focus on talking about throughout body paragraph number 2 would be time and unmanned aircrafts. So this is a good point to go ahead and pause your video. You can feel free to use these 2 points, or if you have a different way of saying the same thing, feel free to do so. But go ahead and pause, add it to your writing plan, your written writing plan, and your typed writing plan, and then come right back here for your task. All right, guys, so your task for today, it's now your time, your turn to do the work. So go ahead and add to your written and your typed writing plan by filling in the sections for body paragraph number 1 and body paragraph number 2. But remember, do not submit your writing. You're only adding to the middle section of your plan today. Tomorrow, we're going to get together on adding information to the conclusion section of your writing plan. And then we'll talk about how you guys can go ahead and submit your writing plan to me for review. Happy writing. Have a great day.